Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is a passive and aggressive podcast. My name is Dalton Johnston. I am your main and only host on this show, and I am here to entertain you.
You couldn't even fucking say it.
I couldn't say it. Couldn't get through the lies.
Laughable, because you know who's the real MVP of this podcast.
That's not true. You were Rookie of the Year. Don't get too ahead of yourself there, son.
Rookie of the Year, playoff MVP.
What did we talk about today, Nick?
We talked about a lot of shit. First of all, Logic's album came out, so we gave it a brief rundown review.
I wasn't expecting us to do that, but yeah, we did. It was not that brief. It was a pretty extensive, in-depth review.
Yeah. We literally opened the podcast up to singing one of his songs.
It's true.
It's Don's favorite artist, and he still don't know the lyrics. I know more of the lyrics than he does, so he should be ashamed of himself. Just saying that. We also talked about social media and how it can positively affect your life and how it can negatively affect your life.
It's shitty, man.
Yeah, how the majority of people let it negatively affect them.
True.
And then we went balls deep in NBA 2K18, Motor City My League, because we just finished the series. And then we talked about the new series that's going to be coming out with 2K19 in the near future. And then some sports shit.
Yeah, I jumped into hockey. What did we talk about? Red Wings
fucking 6-0. Where they
Not
weren't
anymore.
6-0. They're 6-1. It's okay. They lost Toronto. Toronto's a fucking beast of a team.
For real. They played amazing.
They were shitty for so long. They deserve to have a couple years where they're good.
A couple years?
Yeah, a couple years. They're Toronto, son. They can't sustain greatness for a long time. That's just not them. Don't fucking die down. Babcock leaves, it's over. I'm telling you that right now.
You're
okay?
so biased. That was a biased ass tangent right there. Then we just talked about NFL. I had to cover 2 weeks of NFL football that we missed, and they were pretty entertaining. We talked about Rams, Chiefs. I went to a Lions game and watched them somehow beat the Patriots. It was ridiculous.
That's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah.
I was happy for you when I seen that score. I was like, fuck, dude, that's amazing. That would have been a sweet ass game to go to.
I don't know. It was weird. All the saltiness around. It was weird.
It's funny because Martin, he's a Patriots fan. And it was for his birthday, so
whatever.
It's all good. It's a good experience. Then we went balls deep as usual.
I'm saying balls deep.
Dude, I always go balls deep.
Find a synonym, please.
I always go balls deep. And that's why women don't like me, because sometimes you can damage them, But balls deep in that Conor McGregor, Khabib press conference, Nurmagomedov.
Oh, okay. You challenge yourself to pronounce it.
And it pretty much just broke down the whole press conference, what we thought it was, how we thought each person was doing in the press conference. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like
right?
they were performing.
Yeah, and just went from there. And then we also talked about John Jones' return, and you'll see how I feel about John Jones' return. Yeah, it's this fucking scam of a USADA bullshit.
He's a weasel.
It's all fucking money. It's all about money. It's money. Not. There's no real rules. You'll see. We break it down. So, not to sound too depressed to bring this intro in, but enjoy.
It is a fun one. I'm not accepting this tangent
on Pokemon.
You guys want to see something? I'm just gonna press a button real quick. Nick is muted. Dark days keep me up all night.
Shut up with your fucking logic.
Only thing I ever... Wait.
Only thing I know it's gonna be... You don't even know the fucking lyrics?
All right.
That's your man. You don't even know him?
I literally just started listening to that song today.
You should be ashamed of yourself. I bet you I've listened to that album more than you have.
You've listened to that song more than I have.
I've listened to that album twice. How many times have you listened to it?
3.
Fuck you, dude. Are you lying? You looked away.
Yeah.
You're lying.
I honestly don't know. It's been a couple times.
Well,
I feel like it's at least 3.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. And
hello.
If you can't tell, it is a Friday because Logic's album just came out.
Oh, yeah.
So the Carter 5, the THA, the Carter 5.
Is that how it's actually spelled?
Yeah, the Carter 5.
I kind of hate that. I don't know if this is like a cultural
it's
boundary. Over anything, literally anything. Pusha T, same thing. I don't know if I'm crossing like a cultural boundary here or not, but I don't just use the English language.
You are just obsessed with everything being correct because you correct me all the time when I misspell things or I mispronounce things or I say something that's not the right terminology, but you understand what I'm saying, but you just decide to. And sometimes, it's like, you're that motherfucker when I say it's 12:30, you're like, it's 12:32. And I just
I'm not. I have never said that.
As far as grammar, that's you.
Yeah, because when you're wrong in grammar, you're incorrect.
It makes me want to throw my coffee on you, my hot ass coffee, just like Pineapple Express. Just bust the fucking thing over your face, man. That's how I feel.
I feel like that may be an overreaction.
No, it's just how I feel. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Let me ask you a question out of context. Would you rather A, be incorrect, or B, be correct?
I would rather
A or B?
Listen.
A or B? Circle an answer.
Is this...
Circle an answer. A or B?
There's always a C.
You can't refuse. No, there's not.
On a Scantron, there's A, B, C, and D.
All of the above?
A, B, C is being corrected one time on something. And then if I obviously do it again and it's not a big deal, then fuck off. Or D, we're in a house. We're in the house. I'm supposed to feel safe in
We're
my house.
podcasters, you fuck.
I'm supposed to feel safe.
We're content
in my
creators. If your
household.
content is incorrect, I will call you out on
I
it.
feel like I'm on guard.
You should be.
I have to fucking protect my
Do better.
my vernacular.
I want you to do better.
consistently. And it's
Don't just use the word vernacular
it's
to make
just-
yourself sound smart.
Listen.
I know that's the only smart word you know.
I've been using that since high school.
And you've been hanging on to that trick for a while, haven't you?
It's never going away. I'll use that word to the day I fucking die.
Let's just take a look at Nick's notes here and see if we can
Hey,
spot any incorrections.
Jesus! Don't look at my. Why do you look at my notes every time, dude?
Because they're incorrect every time. Let's see. Qui-Gon Jinn, spelled that right. Kylo
Bitch.
Ren's right. Justin Schneider, right?
Bitch. Don't talk about Justin Schneider. We don't gotta talk about that fucking cunt.
We don't have to. You're right.
I was gonna talk
Ken?
about him, but we're gonna bring positivity in the podcast. We're not gonna talk about stupid shit.
We're gonna skip to UFC real quick. Who is Carrie Melendez?
Melendez.
Oh, there's an N in there.
It's Carrie, something.
I said Carrie, and you did not put an N in it on your notes.
You wanna know why?
Why is that?
Because that's the last thing I put in my notes, and I didn't put that through Microsoft Word. I didn't spell check it.
You know what you should use for spell check?
Grammarly.
Your fucking brain, you goddamn fool. This is the kind of thing I'm trying to teach you. This is the kind of thing I'm trying to train out of you, you see.
This is exactly what I'm talking about, people. You see how petty this guy is?
That's not petty. That's incorrect.
Yeah, him and his the Carter.
You would have been reading your notes. You were like, Carrie Melendez. Yeah, Carrie Melendez.
I would not have said that at all. I look at my notes briefly. I'm like, okay, I know what I'm talking about. It reminds me. It just reminds me what I wanted to talk about on the podcast. So back to albums. What did you think of Logic's album?
Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah, and then it's about the Carter 5.
Logic's album, YS4. That stands for Young Sinatra 4.
Yeah, for the folks at home, I'm almost positive if Logic was here right now and he was like, Dawn, Nick's not here right now. Just pretend he's not here.
Why does he have to tell me that?
Just
Wouldn't I know?
pretend nobody's here, nobody's watching.
Okay.
Tell me you would have sucked my dick to be on my album.
To
Would
be
you
on
say?
his album?
Yeah, to be like in the intro of his album, like you know how he
To
has
be one of those people that said thank you?
the voicemails. Yeah,
I would not. I didn't like that. I mean, I
I
liked
skipped
it.
it.
Like, I respected it, and I listened to
skipped it.
some of it.
yeah, I skipped it. I listened to some of it and I like fast forwarded. I'm like, damn, it's still
It
interviews.
was like 5 minutes of thank you.
and then I fucking just next song.
It was just people saying, thank you, Logic. Your music is so inspirational. I love you. Rat Pack for life. What? Like, repeated for 5 minutes.
And then,
Just different people from, like,
go
all over the world, yeah.
Go.
I wouldn't do that, no. I wouldn't do that just to be on the album either.
I'm skeptical.
Well, I don't know what my limits are for hypothetically sucking a dick, to be honest. I don't know what I'd do that for. I don't know where that line starts. It was definitely not a Logic album.
So what'd you think of it overall?
I liked it a lot.
Did you think it was better than his last? What was his last actual album? Was it
Last-
Everyday or all Everybody?
I think the
What's it
last...
called? Everybody? Everybody?
I don't even know if this is technically an album,
What?
because he still describes it as the boom trap shit.
I've seen Boom Trap.
That's what he says.
Maybe it's just like close to his Young Sinatra songs because he had a lot of older beats. You could tell they were like older, like 90s style beats.
Yeah.
So maybe
And
that's what he meant.
even brought back Wu Clang.
What?
Wu Clang? Is that what I said?
What the fuck? Who's that? Jesus Christ, Dalton.
Wu Clang.
and you talk about me mispronouncing shit. I don't even fuck up the Wu-Tang
I don't talk
Clan.
about you mispronouncing. I have nothing wrong with mispronouncing. You know, mistakes happen. You occasionally fuck up, but
Cash
you...
rule everything around me. Dollar bills, y'all.
I was talking. You're just going to throw out random rap lyrics.
You know who that was? That was Wu Clang.
I know it was Wu Clang. Thank you. Wu Clang forever.
Wu Clang fans or some shit,
couldn't
something
think
like
of
that. There's
anything
some
that
like
wasn't
there's some fanboys of Logic. Is that what they are, Don?
Basically. Whoever this ghost face is.
Yeah, it's Ghostface murderer, whatever. I don't know his name. It's weird.
So yeah, he had Wu-Tang on there. Who else important? Jaden Smith.
I didn't even hear him.
I didn't
at
hear
all.
him either.
Maybe he produced it or something.
It sounded like a Jaden song. And
Yeah.
you notice it's the only one that's in all caps.
I've never
That's a
listened
Jaden
to.
thing. You've never listened to, what's that called? Oh my God.
I've never listened to any of his songs. I listened to like a minute of one. You showed me a music video, remember? But I didn't really like listen to the whole thing. And you're like, I actually like it. And I was like, I mean, it's better than mumble rap by the sounds of it.
Yeah. He only has one album. Whatever it is, I kind of liked it. But anyways, this album from Logic, I think it's just all around good. I don't mean like there's anything bad with it.
Yeah, there's no songs in there that like stick out to me. They're like, oh my God, this is a fucking banger. If that makes sense.
There's at least one for me.
The only one that does is the Wu-Tang Forever, just because he has the Wu-Tang flag on there, and it's like, oh my God, that's fucking dope. They haven't fucking, like, when's the last time that's happened?
Right, all of them together.
Yeah, so that's fucking awesome.
I really like 100 Miles and Running. That's when he
raps really, really, really fast.
He challenges himself to rap like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't hear it at all what he's saying, and it's not like intelligible rap at all, but it's impressive.
But like, if you go to the Incredible True Story, like, there's some fucking bangers, and like Fade Away, I love that song.
Fade
like,
Away.
Whoa, I Am the Greatest, Lord Willin'. That's about it. That's all I got.
So maybe it is a real album because in both The Incredible True Story and Everybody that were real albums, he does that. He follows the two guys that were in the spaceship and they're listening. Mm-hmm. They're listening to his albums like as if they had already been out the whole time because they're in the future, obviously.
It's dope that Logic does that.
Yeah.
And I really liked in his first album when you showed me him like years ago.
I know exactly when this was. Keep going.
My cousin Zach showed me him before you on you, like he had those YouTube videos, like viral songs, but I didn't know he was like an artist, you know. And then you introduced me to him again after we watched Southpaw.
Yeah, that's when it was.
Because it was on the Southpaw soundtrack.
That was 2015.
Yeah, and then I listened to Under Pressure, and I loved how there was a story within the album, and there was different stories, and then Nicki one like fucking blew my mind because Nicki talking about the whole time I thought he was talking about some bitch, his ex or something like that he wants back so bad, or at least
Nicki nicotine.
Yeah, then he fucking breaks it down and it's fucking nicotine. I'm like, damn, that's fucking deep. And I can't imagine quitting smoking cigarettes because I just recently quit smoking weed.
We don't smoke weed here. Don't put that out there.
Smoking weed.
If there are any like FBI agents or anything like that listening to this, don't know why you'd be listening to this for one.
Marijuana, man. I fucking quit 3 days ago.
Oh yeah. So you don't even have anything to worry about. You're not even smoking.
Yeah, it's not in my system at all. That shit goes out of your system in like a short weekend, right?
That's how that works. Yeah. Let's drink some cranberry juice or something.
And from my experience and from my knowledge, I don't know if this is bro science. I've seen some documentaries.
Bro science.
So I'm almost positive weed doesn't have any physical effects on you when you quit. Like, you don't get the sweats. You don't feel addicted to it physically.
No withdrawals or anything.
Yeah, it's just mental, right? And from my experience, I've never had any urges at all. The only time I've ever like fuck, I want to smoke is when you and Sam are fucking smoking. I'm like, damn. Because then then you were eating dinner and then we're watching shows and that, and it's like you guys are laughing your asses off, and I'm like, it's kind of funny, you know? But you're not high, so it's different. But other than that, the only issue I have is I can't fucking sleep for a goddamn fucking anything, dude.
Wow.
Like, literally anything.
Goddamn fucking anything.
I, like, wake up every half hour. And then the more I wake up, the more pissed off I get because I can't sleep and it don't fucking help.
Yeah.
But yesterday, I finally had a good night's sleep. Which was nice.
There is a lot of mental effects, I feel. And you described it there. I can't remember what you said. What'd you just say?
About you guys watching TV?
Yes, we were laughing a lot, and you were not because you weren't high. I feel like that's the negative part right there. Like, you think in your brain that things are going to be worse because you're not high.
I didn't think it's not
like a conscious thought.
No. It's not like I wasn't enjoying.
Just not as much.
What the scenario was. It was just you guys were just laughing at everything a lot more than I was. So that's everybody does when they're high.
Right. But then if you do it a lot, you make a routine out of it. You start to like expect yourself to enjoy yourself more when you're high, which means you expect yourself to enjoy yourself less when you're sober.
That's true. You're right with that because I was thinking like almost a couple of times just like man, should I like replace weed with something? Like, should I drink more and like party more a little bit? But I was like, fuck that noise.
Have you ever heard of gateway drugs? Because that's literally what you just described.
Yeah, with alcohol. I'm not talking about
with weed. People call weed a gateway drug, you fool.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about like doing fucking cocaine or anything like that.
It's a slippery slope, Nick.
You told me you got some LSD. I might.
See?
I might take some LSD.
Once again, FBI, just mute this podcast.
If I was high, I still would have taken some LSD, so it don't matter.
On top of it?
What the fuck you mean? We did.
Did we?
Yes, several times.
I don't recall.
I do.
It was a long night.
I promise you. But yeah, other than that, it's been a positive experience. Like, I feel like it's just the same almost. I'm more talkative at work. And I don't know if I don't think that's anything to do with the weed. I think it's just because I consciously told myself that I'm going to like be
More social.
more social. And plus somebody who's been there for 4 years left, like today was the last day. So this whole week has been like a light-hearted week. Like everyone's just nice to each other now and that, which was cool. But other than that, I have noticed my cardio has gotten better.
Has it really?
I feel like it has. I'm not sure.
You just said there's no physical effects.
Not like as far as withdrawals, as far as sweating, and
But you feel your lungs are stronger?
I feel like I can breathe better, but I don't know if that's just because I'm running more. You know what I mean? Like there's so many other variables. Like I'm sure sleep has a huge impact on it. My nutrition has a huge impact on it. My mindset has a huge impact on it. Like if I fucking subconsciously think I'm going to have better cardio because I quit smoking, I probably will because my mind's telling me that I'm good to go. And a lot of running is mental, especially when it's not like hard sprints. It's just long distance. It's like 90% mental.
For sure.
So placebo effect may work, motherfuckers.
So you haven't had any negative effects at all, like agitation or anything?
No. Like I remember when I was telling you about Joe Rogan, when he quit for a month, he said after the fact that he was just like less patient with people and he was just agitated more. And I was like, yeah, I can see that. I could totally see me being less patient with fucking idiots or my sisters or something that would just get on my nerves and I don't have the patience. I just fucking snap on them or something. But I haven't had that. Personally, I haven't had it yet. But that's also because I work out a lot. So like you get your frustrations out working out. You release shit.
I feel like you might not be affected by weed as much as Sam and I are because you're a lot more active than we are. You sweat that shit out.
Yeah, I sweat a lot, motherfucker. I have to hang up my shirts every time after I jog. Because if I just throw them in the fucking hamper, it soaks everything up. And then if we don't do laundry like the next day, it'll start smelling and shit.
That's gross. Next topic.
Nice segue, bro.
I should have a topic prepared.
I have a bunch of them. You want me to go?
No, it's my turn, motherfucker.
I was gonna say, like, if you want me to tell me all my notes, because I did my research.
I already saw your notes,
pretty well, right? A lot of good ones.
except for the misspellings.
One misspelling, you're giving me shit. Fuck you.
Anyways, I think I might quit Facebook.
I thought you quit already.
Well, I just don't go on it as much, but I'll do like a 1 time per week run through, like some important stuff, you know.
You see something that drew the line, you're like, I can't anymore.
Honestly, no. It's just something I've been thinking about, like the usefulness of social media. Like, what is it really?
It consumes you.
That's not useful at all.
No. I don't know what's useful about it. If I'm being honest, the only thing I could see, like, what I use social media for personally, other than like business related shit, is I like watching funny videos on there. Like sometimes there's montages of like fucking dogs doing funny shit or like babies doing cute shit, because contrary to like you may think that I might not like cute shit like that, I love cute shit like that. I love little kids and I love watching like animals do dope shit. So I'll watch like a whole like 8-minute video while I'm shitting, just like fucking watching kids. I was watching this one last night of, see, you got me on a tangent, I'm going with it. There was this, it was just titled, the title of the video was, I don't know what you're doing, but I love you, so I'm just gonna copy you. And it was dogs watching their owners do random shit, and they were trying it. There was this big ass Great Dane, and there was this guy and his son just walking down the hallway doing lunges.
I saw that.
And fucking Great Dane, he's
just trying his best.
Trying the fucking route. I was dying laughing.
He's just sticking his ass in the air, getting up. He was on a wooden floor too, because he kept sliding.
And then there was this other one. This guy was picking up his son, and he's lifting him up like Lion King shit, like Simba.
You forgot the name, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Lion King shit. And then all of a sudden, his little Yorkie went up and like jumped up on 2 legs.
Me
like
next.
That. Yeah, and then he put him in the air. And he's like throwing him in the air just like his son. The son's just cracking up. The dog's back at his tail. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. Like, I think that I low key want a dog now, just because.
Because of the cute shit you see on the internet.
That, and I think it'd be nice to come home to something that actually loves you, other than like, cause like girlfriends are kind of like hit or miss. They're kind of like cats. You know what I mean?
Yep, that's true.
Dogs are like 100% loyal.
Dogs are your dogs.
Yeah, they're my fucking homies, you know?
They're your dogs.
I don't know what kind of dog. If we get a dog, what kind of dog would you want?
We're not getting a dog.
Like,
So let's hop off the tangent real quick.
Hypothetically, bro.
Hypothetically, I would want a some kind of chow mix. You know, the big ass fuzz balls with the almost the corgi type faces,
I'm
but
allergic to
super
dogs,
fuzzy.
right?
Then why do you want one so
I want
bad?
one with not 8 pounds of fur.
Nah.
Nah?
Nah, I want a big fluffy pillow.
I mean, I lived with St. Bernards, so I can
Exactly.
I can get through it.
Two St.
I
Bernards.
push through it, you know.
You fucking pussy.
I was thinking either like a French Bulldog or like a Golden Retriever mix. Like a Golden Retriever mix with something else.
Golden retrievers need a lot of like space and attention.
Do they?
They need to retrieve shit.
I'm down with that. I'll go take a dog in the woods.
You say that, but once you actually have to, and it becomes a
Dog,
daily
I would
routine.
go running with a dog. I'd fucking do that shit all the time.
I guess so.
I'm not a lazy fuck, Dalton.
I guess so. You can be lazy. Shut the fuck up. Get off your high horse. Anyway, before you interrupted my lovely topic with a tangent, I feel
I never do that.
you always do that.
You're thinking of somebody else.
I don't think so.
I think it's somebody else. She's got some other co-host or something. Go on. Sorry. Go on.
I think that social media is a detriment to ourselves personally and mentally
I completely agree with that.
without us even noticing it. Like you just mentioned, one of the big reasons you want to get a dog is because of all these cute videos you see. But no one records.
And my girlfriend fucking bags on a daily basis.
That's true, but I thought we were past the point of ignoring her. Anyways, so you see the cute dogs, but you don't see the shitty part of having a dog. You know, you don't see the shit on the floor, you don't see the pee on the floor, you don't see the potty training and all that shit.
Right.
All you see is the positive stuff. And like, oh yeah, I want to do that, and then you do it, and it's like a mistake.
No. Not to.
Obviously, I'm using the dog as a metaphor here.
Okay.
So you see people like doing things that you want to do, right? Mm-hmm. And you start emulating yourself to be more like them, and then you find out you're not even yourself anymore. You're just trying to like be like other people or trying to please other people.
I can definitely see that as far as Instagram. Because there's times I'll like be at work and I'm miserable, having a bad day, and I'm scrolling on Instagram and I see somebody, I can't think off the top of my head, like Amanda Cerny. I don't know if you know who she is.
Mm-hmm.
She's really, really hot bitch. She
Okay.
got famous off of Vine. She's on she was an old Playboy girl. You can find naked pictures of her.
Why are you whispering?
Because it's like
Your waveform was huge
it's
there.
like a rude thing to say.
You heard it more.
But I'm saying like she's always doing something, and it seems like she's always traveling the world, or like even like Aubrey Marcus, like he's always like traveling, and they have like dope pictures, and it's like fuck, man. I wish I had a job where I could just travel and stuff like that, but Instagram is not real life.
Exactly.
Like how many of those pictures did they take while they were on vacation? Like
Yeah.
I guarantee you they travel way more than we do for sure.
Sure.
But how much of it was just pure production? Like, okay, I have to take these pictures right here for my Instagram. Do you think they're actually enjoying it? Like,
Even outside of that, those pictures are probably not even from fucking right now.
right. So I'm saying it's probably from the past, from like a thing that they did in the past, and they randomly upload them, and they have to like act like they've been like they're there currently, and have to act like some motivational fucking speech or something like that. I tried that before with the Leap blogs. When I tried that blog on my Instagram, I would like take pictures of quotes and have to like write.
Right, but your goal there was actual motivation. I feel
Right,
like
but
other
it
people's
fucking-
goal here,
It drained me though. Is what
it
I'm
is
saying.
draining. I can't imagine what it's like for these people who are just doing it for the approval. Because that's all it is. When I asked you what you think social media is good for, I think it's just approval. You go there for approval. You go there to talk to friends, sure, and family, keep in touch.
Communication's definitely a thing.
Yeah, that's probably the only reason I'm still on there.
Networking.
Yeah, networking jobs use Facebook for a lot of like
That's how we
sorting through hiring.
That's how we get our guests on our podcast. Is me looking on Instagram.
That's true. So I mean, sure, there are positives to it, but I don't think we were really ready for it.
I think the majority of people that use Facebook do not use it for
Right.
the resources that you get from it. I think a lot of people are just sheep that like get consumed, and I'm guilty of that too. Like I just told you, I watch videos.
Everybody has a little bit of sheep.
Yeah, like my girlfriend, for example. There's times where like, as soon as she gets home, she'll like relax for a second, and her relaxing is her just scrolling on her phone.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a couple minutes, and then go off to do something. Sometimes it's a fucking hour, just fucking scrolling on Facebook. Then you go to Instagram. Then you go to Twitter, or I think she goes on fucking Pinterest. Yeah,
Yeah, she does, based on some of the things I see around this house.
yeah. Everything that she fucking does creative is like from a Pinterest idea.
I was gonna say something else. I forgot. Your tangents are just fucking
Social
brutal
media,
for me.
it is consuming, and it is approval. I think I seen a quote on Justin Bieber's Instagram one time, and it was saying something like, "Not everything you see is real." He's like, "Don't think your life is better than mine just because of my Instagram pictures." And he was getting a lot of flack for it because people were saying, "Fuck you, you're a millionaire, blah blah blah. I don't want to hear you crying about your shit." And it's like, no, I can completely see that. Like he's at the point of popularity where he has to do all that shit all the time, and it has to be a chore. Even if he's paying somebody to do it, he still has to pose, and he still has to go out there and act like he's happy all the time, every day, you know?
Yeah.
And when you act like that, then you're not allowing yourself to have bad days. Because you're allowed to have bad days in life. You're going to have bad days no matter what. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care if you're The Rock. Everybody has bad days, you know? And if you're going to sit there and act like you don't, all that's going to do is bury those problems deeper and deeper inside you, and it's make you even more and more depressed, and you get those pits in your stomach. You don't even know what the fuck's wrong at that point, you know?
It's just that pit activating, basically.
Yeah. So it can be very unhealthy if you let it. But that's almost like with everything. Like college, for example.
Yeah.
You can apply yourself in college. You can read the textbooks. You can actually like make sure you're writing your essays without like no cheating, no recycling old papers. Actually take professors that are actually hard. Like what I used to do when I first started college, I went on ratemyprofessor.com or whatever it was called. And if they had like low ratings, I wouldn't take them.
Really?
Yeah. So I would just pretty much taking easy classes.
Sure.
So I didn't have to study or nothing. And like hindsight, I regret it because I spent all this money for college, and what did I actually get out of it? Like I learned a lot from it, but I could have learned a lot more if I applied myself and I took it seriously like a profession, you know? And that's one thing I'm glad that I told that to my girlfriend, because she's taking a logic class.
Like the rapper? Dude, how do I get into that fucking
It's
class?
not psychology, but it's something like that. It's like based off arguments, and you got to figure out like both sides of the arguments, and you got to break them down. You got to explain like reasonings and stuff like that. And her teacher, she heard from her friend, it was like a really, really, really hard teacher. Like he grades super hard. And I told her like, if I was you, if you want my advice, I would still take that class. She goes, why? It's gonna be miserable. I'm like, well, for one, you're only taking one class right now because that's all you needed for your degree. And like for two, like you're gonna have time to apply yourself on this class because it's only one class. And then I told her about me regretting not taking classes and not applying myself. I'm like, it'll be harder, but you're going to get way more out of it. You're going to get your money's worth.
Right. When you challenge yourself like that, push yourself to the limits, just like working out or literally anything else.
Right.
You come out stronger. You come out better for it, and you do better the next time.
Yeah, so social media is bad.
I don't know how we got to here.
in a weird ass tangent.
Fucking tangents. There's something else.
There were some good messages in there. You know, I feel like somebody could have taken some
It's
shit
the thought
from that.
that counts, right?
You want to talk about some gaming now?
Gaming?
Like NBA 2K18, Motor City My League?
Ooh. We're not done with it yet. Don't do too much spoilers or
We
anything.
fucking finished the series, motherfuckers.
We did. In case you haven't been following our NBA 2K18...
Which you guys haven't.
We know you haven't. We've seen the numbers.
Not good.
It's essentially just a basketball game, and we put ourselves, Dalton Johnson, Nick Martwinsky, on the Detroit Pistons, and we go through the season.
We're making the Pistons great again.
And-
Magmar style.
What?
Magmar.
Magmar? MAGA?
Magmar's better.
You just don't have a brain, do you?
Fuck Trump up. You serious?
Magmar?
Flamethrower him. I don't think he has Fire Blast. Did he have Fire Blast? I don't know.
You can teach any fire Pokemon Fire Blast. Nick.
Charizard
Shut the fuck
and
up.
Magmar
No,
was the best
I'm not
fight
accepting
ever
this tangent.
on Pokemon.
You guys want to see something? I'm just going to press a button real quick. Nick is muted. He's screaming and you guys can't. Oh, you can probably hear him on my mic, actually. So, you get a little bit of it. But okay, I'll put him back.
Unmute me.
You're back. It's fine.
That's so rude. I can't believe you.
Were you in like the shadow realm there? Is that what that felt like?
I felt like I was in purgatory.
Anyways, so NBA 2K18. We finished the series.
Yeah, we had to get that shit finished ASAP because 2K19
Is already out.
Yeah, so we had to get our shit together.
Right. So we did. I don't think this is spoiling too much because the Boston series is over. So we did get to the finals. We did finish the finals. We got to
Golden State. It was our opponent, obviously.
Yeah, and it was a pretty back and forth series.
It was intense as fuck.
Yeah, the ending of it is probably one of the best games we've ever played,
By far.
both tension-wise,
Now,
skill-wise.
I'll say this. It wasn't the best game we've played.
It was. The ending of it was, I'm saying. The
Yes.
ending of it, we performed absolutely perfectly, and the game was just incredibly exciting.
I want to spoil it so fucking bad.
Don't spoil it.
It was fun. It was an amazing fucking game. Not even just a game. It was an amazing series. It was back and forth, legit back and forth. This was the only series that we had that wasn't hard, that wasn't easy.
We stomped everybody. We swept everybody but
Besides
Boston.
Boston.
They only took one game off us.
And it was a simulated game. Like Golden State, it was fucking difficult, dude.
Yeah.
Just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Fuck Klay Thompson.
Right. No matter how
Fuck that guy.
no matter how good we ever did, they would always fucking creep back. They would always Golden State us. It was awful.
Yeah. So now that series is over, we're gonna have a new series on NBA 2K19, and I think we're gonna be way more in depth with this one. Like we're almost gonna be like GMs and players. I feel like I think it'll be better if we create our characters, but we don't make them super overpowered. Like
99 overall.
Yeah, we didn't need to make them that OP.
Well, I made you 99 overall because I knew you'd suck at the game. I was only like 90.
That's your fucking fault though, because I
was
better
90
at it.
and 5'8". Here you
you
are,
were
LeBron size 99
90.
overall.
You're 97. Don't say you're
That was
90.
because I improved over the season. I started as 90. Mm-hmm. I know for a fact. If you want me to show you the original roster file, I will. I will be petty with this shit.
Just don't own his over exaggerations, dude. Your exaggerations are unreal.
Thanks, Jonah. Anyways. So we're gonna be more in depth with it. We're not gonna be superstars necessarily. Yeah, we'll be normal rookies.
Right, and I think we're gonna grow like organically throughout the seasons. And we're not gonna play like as many games throughout the seasons as we did this time.
Yeah.
We're gonna play like specific games. We'll make rule sets. I'm thinking like maybe we'll play every team once or something like that.
That's a lot.
Or like
that's more than we just played.
No. Not every good team once. Like every good team. We'll get like 5 to 8 good teams throughout the season. We'll play those games just because of our entertainment. We'll sim the rest of them. And if the Pistons lose, they don't make the playoffs because we're rebuilding pretty much, and we're like the young guys that are supposed to like bring them back to playoff contention. First few years are probably gonna be like growing pains.
Yeah.
So then that's where the GM aspect comes in. That's where we're gonna have to look at statistics. We're gonna make some trades and make sure we're scouting the right way, get some good draft picks, and see where it goes.
So you mentioned that we'd be on the Pistons there. Is that a thing? Or do we want to try a different team?
No, I'm open to try a different team for sure, but I don't want to go to a team that's a playoff ready team.
So you want to go through that rebuild process?
Yeah, I want to be a GM.
You can be a GM for a winning team, you know.
I don't want to be a GM where you already have everything's there.
Yeah.
Like I want to grow it.
Almost every single sport game that I play, I don't like playing as like the top teams.
Yeah.
Like what's the point?
Except hockey, I play the Red Wings every year. But
I said the top teams.
But now they suck. But they don't suck. I can't say that. They're 6-0 in the fucking
preseason, which doesn't matter whatsoever.
I almost said the playoffs. But that's good news, is what I'm saying, because that shows that our rookies are they're decent, you know. So we got a lot of shit to look forward to. I'm optimistic about this season. I don't think we're definitely not gonna be a playoff team. I wouldn't be surprised.
Definitely?
I would not be shocked if we somehow finagle our way in.
That's not what definitely means.
But I don't want to be.
Oh.
I'd much rather...
You like the tank, don't you?
No.
Yeah,
I
you
retract
do.
that. I used to. You're right. I used to, because I always bitched to you about Ken Holland saying he needs to fucking quit signing these veterans for these ridiculous contracts, which I still think he overpays people like crazy. He gives stupid ass contracts out. He really does. Like Erickson, 4-point-something
tangent.
million
Stop the tangent.
For so many
I'm
years.
cutting you off right now. Don't make me mute you. So Ken Holland making these, middle of the road
right. So
moves.
I thought that he was making the wrong decision. Like just tank for a couple of years, get a whole bunch of good draft picks, and then we'll be able to rebuild a lot faster. But I don't think, like, look at how long Toronto was shitting the bed, and look how many good draft picks that they had. They had a bunch of draft picks, and they didn't get better until they got a good system there. They got an amazing coach. They got a new vice president in Brendan Shanahan, and then they completely changed their coaching staff. They changed the atmosphere. I don't know what it's called. You guys know what I'm talking about.
The culture.
The culture of the place. They completely did. And once you change the culture, and once you demand success, and you can like groom these rookies in the right way, that's when they'll start to shine. If you just keep fucking getting a bunch of rookies and they don't have like the right leaders and the right veteran leadership and the right coaches, they're not going to perform up to their potential.
They're going to grow into nothing.
Yeah, so that's why I'm not necessarily saying tank now, because like now I'm like happy we got Vanek. I'm happy we got Green for a couple of years, because it's not like we needed that cap room to sign like a Tavares right now, because there's no reason to sign a Tavares right now. There's no reason to sign somebody that's in their prime, because we're not going to be a playoff team for a couple of years.
You just be throwing away your money.
Yeah, so you can sign some of these veterans, wait for the other bad contracts like Abby's contract and Erickson's contract, wait for their contracts to go away, Howard's contract, and then we'll actually have some more money for caps, and then we can make some free agent moves. And by then, our young guys, our Larkins, the Mantas, the Athanasius, the Sadinas, the fucking Shevchenko. No, that's a fighter.
That's a fighter. And a girl.
Evgeny Shevchnikov, some shit.
That sounds right, actually.
Yeah. Him, and we had a bunch of guys. Mantha, motherfucker.
You already said Mantha.
Well, he deserves to be
He's on the list twice.
Rasmussen. We got a lot of young offensive forwards.
But like you said, they have to develop into that talent.
Right, which I feel like they will. I'm optimistic about their growth this year. I really am. Anthony says, like, I'm.
You think he's ready for a breakout?
I think he's gonna have like 30 goal a year, dude. I really do.
How many did he have last year?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Look it up.
I feel like at least 15 to 20.
I can kind of understand not wanting to just be a middle of the road team, and then you get to the draft and you get a middle of the road draft pick, and then the next year, you're like scrounging for the scraps that other teams dropped in free agency.
Like Heinz, like if you're just thinking straight up business, it makes sense to tank and get a couple good draft picks. But
I mean, business side, probably not. I mean, your fans are gonna hate you. You're gonna lose money for sure.
no, I mean Toronto. Once they got all those young guys, they were excited for their team.
Eventually, yeah, but there was a long time where like that Maple Leaf was synonymous with shit.
But like you said, it was the culture.
Yeah, it's the culture.
Last year, he had 71 games played, 16 goals, 17 assists, 33 points. He was a minus 15. In his career, he has 172 games played and 76 points. So it's not even that bad.
That's not bad.
And he's only getting better. He's 6'2". He's fast as fuck. His hands are filthy. He reminds me of a young Datsuk without the two-way game.
Right,
like
just an offensive.
A younger, not as talented Datsuk. But he is a finisher. He scores, man.
How old is he again?
He's born in 94. He's 24, dude. He's younger than us. Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got a lot of... They typically don't reach their primes unless you're like a McDavid or an Austin Matthews. You don't reach your prime until you're like 28.
True.
So you got years with Andreas, and then you got Mantha, who's even younger, and you got Larkin, who's even younger, and then Rasmussen, and then this new Philip Zadina guy who just scored an overtime fucking goal against Boston. It's fucking dope.
It's dope.
It's exciting. And
But
they whooped Chicago's ass.
It's still preseason, man. Let's not get too fucking excited.
What was the score against Chicago? Who many goals did they get on
I think Chicago had like 4 or 5 goals.
They had 6.
6 goals.
It was a 14-goal game, dude. It's an amazing game. So I can't wait. We're going to the fucking February 20th game.
We're going?
Fuck yeah.
I didn't appreciate that conversation with our friends where everyone was just talking shit
Chicago?
about the Blackhawks. Yeah. I
made a group chat with some of our friends that are hockey fans, and I was like, you guys want to see Red Wings whoop some ass on February 20th?
One of them said, yeah, I can't wait to see Dalton cry.
I'm not
Word for word, that's what she said.
I'm not surprised she said that.
Me neither. That's why I didn't respond to the conversation.
I was wondering why you didn't respond.
That's why. I was
You salty
mildly
salad.
peeved. Oh, you call me a salty salad?
I did. What the fuck? I meant to call you a salty Sally.
That's not going to go away.
Salty salad's better, though. Let's be real. I thought it was salt and salad with some like nice eggs and shit.
Tangent. What's up? What were we talking about?
We were talking about NBA, and then we went to the Red Wings, which was 2 topics I want to talk about.
Unrelated, but yeah. Okay. So, I guess you wouldn't mind if we take a little dive into football.
I guess.
I'll make it quick.
Why have we...
What?
I have no idea what's happened. I didn't pay attention to anything of football last week, so this is cool. Educate me, sir.
Yeah, I really actually liked doing the little weekly breakdown for that last episode we did.
Dog, I remember. I know what you're going to talk about.
Yeah, so I have 2 weeks to cover since we fucked up last week, didn't have our lives together. And so in week 2 of the NFL, the LA Rams have solidified themselves as the best team in the league.
Really?
Surprisingly. Yeah, they were bad for a while. They relocated.
Is that what I'm just here so I don't get fined?
Marshawn Lynch?
Yeah.
No, I think he's on the Raiders now. He was never on the Rams, so I'm not sure where you're getting that from. But the reason you know that the Rams are a great team, because after week 2, Kevin Durant said he would join them right now. That's how you know that they're a championship team. Because that's all that Kevin Durant does is he joins championship teams.
I see that little dig there. I like it.
He literally said, I would join them right now. And it's true. They're playing ridiculously good football.
Who do they have on their team? Do I know any other players?
You don't. I honestly don't know where all these pieces came from, but they all just came together. They have some defensive phenoms. They probably have the best defensive player. His name is Aaron Donald.
Is it just really good chemistry?
It's just everything's coming together like perfectly.
Is it sustainable?
Sustainable?
Yeah, sustainable.
We'll get to it in week 3. It should be based on the roster. Yes, They're championship favorites, I think.
Damn, over Brady, son.
Speaking of Brady, the Patriots in week 2 fell to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mm-hmm. If you remember last episode, I actually mildly predicted it. I said they would have trouble because Jacksonville's a great D, and the Pats have a struggling offense, despite Brady. And the last 2 times that the Pats went 1-1, which they were at the end of that week, they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's Brady, dude.
It's Brady.
I don't give a fuck what his his regular season record is. Mm-hmm. As long as he gets to the playoffs, he's just gonna do work.
He's an old car, he's not gonna go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Give him some time, he'll get there. That's for sure.
I feel like he's the GOAT, but I'm very uneducated in football, so
yeah, just about as ignorant as you are with everything else. Anyways, moving on. Someone I know you don't know is someone by the name of Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes? He's your homie?
He's Mahomes. And he is a sophomore QB for Kansas City Chiefs. And he broke an NFL record for the most passing touchdowns in the first 2 games. As a rookie quarterback. Sophomore, actually, I said. This is his first year playing, that's for sure. But he was sitting as a backup last year. He's really young, and he's throwing touchdowns like they're nobody's fucking business.
Are they, like, undefeated? What's their record?
At the end of week 2, they were 2-0.
Gotcha.
In week 3...
This is a good week, guys.
The Rams... Oh, hang on. We're getting to the good stuff. The Rams kept being great with 521 yards. I'd say 400 yards is a good game against the bad LA team. So you got the LA Rams, you got the LA Chargers. One of them's good.
There's 2 fucking LA football teams? Jesus. How many California teams are there? Like 5?
5 sounds right, yeah. Both of them just moved there, too. Chargers were in San Diego. Rams were in St. Louis.
So San Diego doesn't have a team anymore?
Yep.
Damn.
Sorry, Ron Burgundy. And in this game, the Rams suffered a couple of big injuries to their defense. So their depth is going to be tested if they want to keep making this run to the championship.
That's one thing with football is like...
Injuries happen all the time.
Yeah.
It's kind of a dangerous game, honestly, if you think about it.
Do you give more credit to the people that don't get injured? Like Brady? He don't get injured a lot, does he?
Not a lot, no. But
is it like a freak thing, or is it just like super lucky? Because look at LeBron James in NBA, he never gets injured, but everybody else gets injured a lot. Is it just because of your work ethic and how how much you work out in the off season to make sure that your body's durable and you take care of your body the right way with rest and sleep and nutrition and
That'll 100% play a factor, and I know that's why LeBron doesn't get injured too much. But I mean, in Brady's case, he's protected by rules. You're not allowed to hit a quarterback.
Oh, yeah. I heard that there's like...
That's a thing this
everyone's
year.
Bitching about, right?
Everyone's bitching about it. They were trying to protect Aaron Rodgers because he gets injured when he gets hit all the time. And so...
Who's protecting him? The Green Bay Packers?
The NFL.
Just because of... It makes sense because he's a moneymaker, because he's entertaining?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And
that's shitty. They try to do that shit with hockey, too. Try and get rid of fighting and shit. It's like,
exactly.
Fuck that shit.
Like, why?
You got to keep the sport where it is, where people fall in love with it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Even some of Aaron Rodgers' teammates, like Clay Matthews, he's a defender for him. He's complaining about it because he has to suffer from the rules.
Pretty much. I can't even imagine.
You touch a quarterback, you get a foul. So that's why Brady's not getting injured, but that doesn't mean he won't. I'm sure a lot of...
Are we going to curtain call his ass?
Probably.
By the time this podcast uploads, Tom Brady out the rest of the season.
Boston people are going to hate me.
His ass will come back, though. If they make the playoffs, he'll fucking win the Super Bowl.
For sure. What else? The Chiefs, they also won their game, so they are 3-0 now. Patrick Mahomes now holds the NFL record for the most touchdown passes thrown in the first 3 games.
Jesus.
And if they can improve their defense, I mean, they're instant contenders. Their offense fucking sparked out of goddamn nowhere. It's pretty ridiculous.
I'm kind of skeptical how long that's going to last, though.
Right. You got this like young flame of a quarterback, and then...
I feel like a young quarterback can get soft pretty easily. Like, look at homeboy Tim Tebow. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, you can get solved, and once you get solved, if you're not a great player, you can't adapt and improvise.
You might just be out of the sport.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
rough. Go
rough.
off to baseball in the minor leagues, son.
Jesus, I can't imagine that kind of volatile profession.
Shout out Tim Tebow though. He's a fucking athlete and he's a hard worker.
I think he's a good person as well.
Oh, he's a
devout Christian.
He's like nice and like he's a good Christian guy.
Yeah.
I couldn't say that.
Now, before we get to the good stuff, I'll also give an honorable mention to the Cleveland Browns for fucking winning a game.
In like 600 days.
It's been a long time, man.
What is that, like 2 years? Yeah, 2 years.
That's 6, yep.
So were they 0-16 2 years in a row, or did they go 0-16?
They probably won the first game.
Right, I see. Jesus.
They actually look good, which is not something people have been able to say about them in a really long time. Like, they're not okay. They're not pretty good. The Cleveland Browns are good, and that's not been a thing for a really long time.
Why are they good? What makes them good?
They got some high draft picks, like you said. They've been tanking for a while, so...
Did they have Johnny Football?
They had Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football, yeah.
That was a fucking disaster.
That blew up. Most of their first-round picks blow up, but this year, they went for defense instead of...
offense?
They did go for offense. I don't know how they do it. They just keep getting first-round picks out the ass.
Eventually, one of them will fucking work out.
They have a rookie quarterback. They have this phenom of a defensive player. His name is Myles Garrett. He's fucking huge. He's probably the biggest athletic specimen in the world. That's not true. But he's huge.
LeBron James, bitch.
Yeah. So the Browns are, if anyone cares, the Browns are really good.
How is Shaquem in Seattle doing?
Well, they actually lost to Chicago Bears in week 2.
You sound happy.
I do sound happy. Chicago Bears, they won both of their games in the past 2 weeks. Week 2 and week 3.
Oh, and are there 2-1?
They are 2-1, yep. Neither team that they face, the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals, are slouches at all. But, I mean, the Bears defense, they treated them like fucking Hunchback of Notre Dame, man.
I keep seeing Homeboy on Instagram.
Khalil.
Yeah, with stats like out the wazoo.
Mm-hmm. Khalil might be my favorite person in the world. Unbiased entirely. But, I mean, the Chicago Bear games are kind of ugly since it's all defense. And,
Scrappy games.
yeah. Their offense...
I love hockey teams that are scrappy like that, though.
Really?
So I probably enjoy watching them, if I'm being honest.
I hope so.
Other than the fact that they're fucking shit-stained Chicago.
They're not shit-stained.
Shit-stained Bears.
One of the storied franchises of the
Chi-Town,
sport.
fuck them.
Wow.
Fuck Chicago, bro.
You're going to get shot.
I want to live there, though. That'd be dope.
So the offense is still a work in progress for them. They got another young QB in Mitchell Trubisky. Some people are wondering if he's not going to pan out. The Bears traded up to draft him in last year's draft or year before that. So if he doesn't start producing, I honestly might be a bit worried. But, I mean, the Bears defense took Rex Grossman to a Super Bowl in 2008. I know you don't know who that is, but if anyone knows football, anyone knows the name Rex Grossman.
I watched that Super Bowl, though.
With Devin Hester scored the first touchdown.
Yeah, that's the only way I know, because I remember that.
I think that may have been my first orgasm. But anyways, it was that was a good achievement for the Bears defense, and I'm hoping they fucking do it
Cool.
again.
Now, can we get to the good stuff, bro?
The cool stuff?
The good stuff? Tell everybody what happened.
The Detroit Lions lost their game in week 2.
Fuck that noise. Nobody gives a shit about the loss.
I didn't even write down who they played in week 2. Somehow, they managed to beat the New England Patriots.
Yeah, but
Speak of the devil in week 3.
You gotta tell us some more backstory, bro.
Right. So I actually went to the game because I went for my best friend's birthday. His name is Martin. Got him some tickets because the Pats are his favorite team, and he also likes the Lions. So this is like the first time that the Pats came to Detroit, were able to go to the game, and it was a day after his birthday.
Right.
It was,
The stars aligned.
it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So we got it for him. The tickets were unfortunately expensive,
No shit.
but it ended up kind of working out for... I shouldn't say that, honestly. Martin got kind of pissed since the Pats lost. New England, their old defensive coordinator is now the new head coach of the Lions. His name is Matt Patricia.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Dude with the beard.
So he probably knows how to play against them.
Yeah, the Lions hadn't won a game until week 3. I don't know if Patricia was just saving that W for Bill Belichick.
Did they play like outstanding the whole game?
I mean... They played pretty fucking well. They got a lot of monkeys off their back in getting that win. They showed that they can score and they can stop.
And they can beat a good team.
They can beat a good team. At the end of the day, no matter what is wrong with the Patriots offense, it's still Brady and Belichick.
Mm-hmm. So, what kind of shit talking was happening to Martin?
Shit talking?
I can only imagine. You're wearing a fucking Patriots jersey to a Lions game and the Lions are winning. I can't even imagine the drunk asshole Lions fans just talking shit.
I mean, here's the thing.
Did it get bad?
It wasn't that bad.
Was it
no.
like that UFC fight?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Here's the thing. We went with Martin's cousin, who is handicapped.
Oh yeah.
So we were in the
can't really talk
we were
shit.
in the accessible area with other accessible people, and yeah, they're not going to talk shit like that. One of them came over and said, "This is a great game, right?" To the handicapped guy, because he's a big Lions fan. Doesn't like the Pats. So they were giving him cheers while Martin's just fucking sitting there glaring around. You could tell he was trying not to be pissed. You know, he's there to have fun. I think he obviously had fun, but he was pissed.
Obviously.
You could tell.
I mean, he should enjoy the whole experience, though, for sure.
I'm sure he did.
And hometown one, you can't be mad at the hometown team winning.
I mean, I was mad. I don't like when the Lions win.
What?
You heard.
Why?
I don't like Detroit teams, man.
You like the Red Wings?
I like the Tigers as well.
Fuck the Tigers. Don't fucking compare them to Red Wings. How many times do we have to have this conversation? There's only one good team in Detroit, and it's the Red Wings, okay?
Bet you the Tigers have been to the championship more recently than the Red Wings.
Yes. Bet you the Red Wings have way more
Can't compare 'em.
way more championships.
Yeah,
Been in the playoffs way more.
I always forget that Nick likes to live in the past.
Yep, past is great, man.
I honestly think the only reason the Lions won is because of New England's offense.
Well, I guess we'll find out in week 4 if they can continue.
If they can
momentum.
if they can keep it going, yeah.
Yeah,
The thing is, when you have a bad offense, your offense doesn't stay on the field. because you get 4 chances to stay out there. If you don't, you're off, and your defense comes back. So what's happening? Your offense is out there for fucking a minute.
It's not the same thing with Chicago, though.
I mean, I guess so.
But they're just defense is better.
Their offense is also a little better anyway. They have some more weapons, but they don't have Tom Brady. Anyways, your defense stays out there for fucking 40-plus minutes, and they get exhausted, and they get picked apart by Matt Stafford. I think that's why they lost.
Does Stafford have the potential to be an elite quarterback?
Potential? I think he's past the point of potential. Dude's like 32.
Right, but still where he's at, do you think he could still become one or no?
Nah, probably not. I think he's peaked. He's great. He's a great quarterback, and I'm sure a lot of teams would be boosted greatly by having him, but I don't think he's going to be able to do more for the Lions.
To win by himself, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. I don't even know if he's by himself or not, because I don't know.
He is. He is, honestly.
Don't they got like, I forget his name, the guy we stole from Seattle?
Golden Tate's not that good.
I thought he was good, man.
He's not that good. He's like if you want to use Madden, he's like a 89 overall.
That's good.
Is he? I'm not sure.
89's fucking great. You serious?
I feel like he's overrated.
You got you're just a hater in the fucking Lions.
Might be. Whatever.
All right, so let's get to the dope shit, man.
The dope shit?
Let's talk about the fucking Khabib Conor event. We're a little late in this, but we're still talking about it.
Are we late?
No, we could have talked about it last week. It was last Thursday. But that's okay. We're talking about it now.
Okay.
So me and
the press conference.
Yes.
I thought you were just talking about like a fight in general.
No.
The fight is in like
8 days. Son.
8 days. It's next week, so now is the right time for us.
So what we're doing is we're gonna upload this podcast, and then our next podcast we're gonna record Thursday. I'm gonna have that shit uploaded on Friday, so you guys can listen to our final picks for the fight. It's gonna be after, because on Thursday next week there's also gonna be another press conference,
right?
And the public is gonna be there, which is gonna be interesting.
Right. So there's a lot going on. We want to make sure we cover all of it.
Yeah, and then Sunday we're gonna do like a post-fight, like a little 30-minute podcast that we'll also upload. So we're getting some bonus content, because why the fuck not? It's gonna be the biggest fight of all time. We're super excited. So the press conference, right?
This thing that we've been waiting for so long to build up this fight, because we know that Conor is this enormous trash talker. Khabib doesn't let anything get in his way. We watched it together, and I have to say, the first time we watched it, I thought, and I'm still, it wouldn't shock me, I thought Conor was either on Adderall or coked out of his mind. There's no in between. His eyes were fucking scatterbrained. He could not stop moving. He was just like, he looked like he had too much energy up there, and it was just weird. And I don't know, and I think it's because the fans weren't there, so he didn't have anything to like drive off of.
Right, like you got to think of it from Conor's perspective. He's supposed to be this outlandish, notorious, controversial his character, right? And when you have an audience, you can see if what you're doing is working, or you can see if what you're doing is not working. If it's not working, you can improvise and you can adapt, and that's what Conor's great at.
I can't imagine if you replace that with fucking reporters with notepads.
It's just a bunch of reporters who are not supposed to act emotional at all. They're supposed to be professional.
Stay the fuck quiet.
So he like had his little, whatever you want to call it, his stick that he was going with, and he had like no idea if it was working or not. So it was pretty much just his own judgment. Right. So on that, I give him the benefit of the doubt. That being said, that motherfucker was still acting a little crazy.
He was definitely crazy.
He's either trying to act like Muhammad Ali, trying to get in Joe Frazier's head, just fucking going out in his front yard talking shit.
Be as ridiculous as crazy as possible.
And or he's super emotional against Khabib after what Khabib did to Artem.
I don't think that's it, personally. Why don't you describe what happened to Artem for the people who don't know? I honestly don't think it's that big of a deal.
Well, there's a lot more behind the scenes as to why it happened.
True.
So, forget which fight it was. It was the fight card where Khabib fought Al Iaquinta. He seen Artem behind the scenes and stopped him with like 5 of his buddies. 5, I don't know how many, maybe like 10, whatever. The number doesn't really matter. Artem was by himself. And Khabib went right up to him and he was talking to him, saying like, what? I forget what he was talking about. It was something that Artem said. I think Artem was talking shit about Khabib in the past, saying he like kind of whoop his ass or blah, blah, blah. And Khabib took offense to it because Artem's Russian. And then Khabib's like, why you say that stuff? And then Artem was like, I never said anything. I never said that. And then Khabib was like, why are you lying now? And then Khabib smacked him.
Why you lie?
Yeah, and he smacked him for lying. And I think there's some other shit that went on in the background that nobody knows about because Khabib wouldn't talk about it. But because of that, that's when that whole Dolly incident happened, was because Conor was upset that Khabib cornered Artem, smacked him. Artem punked out. Bottom line, he punked out. I mean, was it the smart thing to do to not fight back? Absolutely, it was a smart thing to do. But if Conor was in that same position and Khabib went up to him and smacked him, you tell me Conor wouldn't fight back? He would 100% try to fight back. If Nate got smacked by Khabib, he would fucking fought back 1,000%.
Yeah.
So Khabib punked Artem. Conor took offense to it, and then they built this huge build for this fight. This fight finally got signed. So that's some of the emotions behind the scenes. There's a lot of other emotions as well. Like Conor is trying to take this to fucking DEFCON 5. He really is. He knows that it's going to be extremely hard to get in Khabib's head. Right. Extremely hard to get in a Dagestani's head who has had the fucking childhood that Khabib had.
Right. Basically nothing gets to him.
Yeah, I guarantee you, he's seen it all out there. Way worse than Conor. You know? So Conor is just going crazy. And one thing you gotta give Conor credit for is he does his research against everybody he fights. Everybody he fights. Even Floyd Mayweather. Like there was, I don't know if you remember this, but he was wearing a Golden State jersey in one of his Instagram photos, and it was the same number as Draymond Green. So Draymond like responded to it saying, like, man, we're on Floyd's team. Get my fucking jersey off you or something like that. And then Conor like responded, like saying you're a broke bum, blah blah blah. Like do your research. It was somebody else. I forget his name.
Someone else wearing the same number.
And it was somebody who fucked Floyd's girl and took Floyd's girl from him. So Conor's just doing this. He researches. He's probably like crazy about this shit, like a schizophrenic, like Eminem with rapping, you know?
Like you picture him with the fucking map on the wall and the pins and the strings pointing around.
I picture him working out his ass off, and after working out, he goes home and he fucking does research. That's what I picture. Like he's just nonstop obsessing. So and he got a lot of dirt on Khabib, and I don't even know if it's dirt. First of all, it's not even on Khabib.
Right, it's on people he affiliates with.
Right, and he knows he's not going to get to Khabib, so the only way you're going to really get to him is by talking shit about his family and his friends, his loved ones, you know? Which to me is kind of a low blow, but it's Conor. I mean,
if the groin is the only weak spot.
Yeah, if he can get in their head, and that's the only way he's going to do it, he's going to take it, 100%. And at this point, all bets are off after the Dolly incident and all that.
Yeah.
So he started taking jabs at Conor's dad, saying his dad's a pussy, blah, blah, blah. Some of it
Khabib's dad?
Yeah. Some of it I thought was kind of stupid. Like, because Khabib's dad was taking a picture with a dictator in a different country that their countries are, like, always having conflict. And he took a picture with them saying, like peacefulness is better than anything. You know, he was like, he should fucking stabbed him right when he was next to him, shit like that. I was like, fuck out of here. Like,
yeah, why would you do that?
That's like
warmongering.
You're over here talking like you would have done that in your position. You wouldn't have. Come on, let's be real. You're gonna talk shit about somebody because he didn't murder somebody. Like, I was like, kind of stretching. And then there was other times in the podcast where he was like getting crazy with his fucking his whiskey
accusations. Oh, the whiskey! Oh my god!
Proper 12, which I want to try. I'll salute to that because I love my fucking Jameson, so I'll try it.
The advertisement worked on you, didn't it?
Oh fuck! Well, I didn't even have to fucking. You didn't have to say any of that shit.
Oh, whiskey!
Pretty much. But ultimately, I don't know if when it's all said and done, I don't know. I think Conor made himself look like a jackass at times, but I only think that's because the fans weren't there. I also think he got into Khabib's head a little tiny bit. I think he did.
There was a moment where Khabib started clapping back. And he was just like trying to talk over Conor.
Yeah, and Conor was being loud and obnoxious. And that's somebody I can't stand talking to. Like, you know when... Like,
that's the point though, isn't it?
Right, but it's annoying. Yeah,
that's the point. Right. He wanted to annoy him. He was annoyed. You could tell by the way he said, "I will maul you." You could tell he was doing it out of pure anger.
I can't wait till this fight, dude. I kind of want to see Khabib just maul the fuck
off, man.
I want to see it happen. I just watched that fucking fight with him and Edson.
Why would you want to wish that on another human being?
I watched that fight with Edson Barboza, though. Man, the first 2 minutes of the first round was Edson's like only time to shine. He was getting him in as many leg kicks as he possibly could.
Tried his best.
He was trying to slow Khabib down so he couldn't get a takedown in. Good strategy. Don't work. Khabib just fucking, he stalks you like a bear, just constantly going after you.
Do bears stalk?
Fuck yeah, they go after you nonstop. Nothing stops them.
That's not stalking. That's chasing.
And like charge, you know what I mean?
That's chasing, not stalking.
Whatever. He stalks him like a bear, bro.
See, this is the kind of correction that I'm trying to do.
Don't steal him. He stalks him like a fucking bear. You understand me?
That's not.
Understand me? Like a fucking bear.
Okay.
He gets Edson to the ground. Finally, just get him down once. A little takedown. Little tripped him, fell in the back, got on top of him. There was 3 minutes left in the round. And by the end of the first round, Edson couldn't get up. His fucking cornerman had to pick him up and put him on his fucking stool.
Had to pick him up.
Yes, dude. And his ground and pound is relentless.
It really is.
It's some of the best ground and pound I've ever seen. It's like back in the day when Tito Ortiz was ground and pounding motherfuckers, he would just stay in their fucking guard. He didn't care. He wouldn't have to pass side control or half guard or mount. He just stayed in his fucking guard and just laid down elbows nonstop and just fucked people up. Khabib is standing, literally standing, and you're on the ground. Like, you would think while you're standing,
You can't put enough
you could
weight on
shrimp
someone.
out,
Yeah.
because there's not a lot of weight on you. You can't with Khabib. He just knows exactly what to do. Like, there was one point he was mounted over Edson's legs. Like, he had his legs crossed over just right above Edson's knees, so he couldn't move his fucking legs, and he's just pounding the fuck out of him. There's another time he's sitting like he's just sitting down, faced up on the fucking cage, and Khabib just boom, boom, right, like direct punches right to the face. And after one round, Edson was not the same. And I watched that fight, and his striking defense was a lot better in that fight compared to Al's. That fight with Al, because he knew Edson was dangerous. He had his hands up pretty much the whole time until after the first round. Once he got Edson down, it was like he knew he had him beat, so he was way more
Conservative?
no, not conservative. He was way more reckless with his striking.
Oh.
Like he
Once he knew he won, he just went for it.
Yeah, like he was doing like flying knees and shit. He kept telling Edson, like, come on, come on, come on. He was just charging in relentlessly, which that's the only thing that's gonna hinder Khabib, in my opinion, is if he charges in recklessly out of emotion. That's what Conor's going for. That's 100% what I think Conor's going for, because that's like realistically, that's his only move.
Yeah.
If it goes to the ground, it's fucking done. Dylan Dennis, good black belt, legit black belt, ain't gonna do shit against Khabib's ground and pound. I don't give a fuck. You put Dylan Dennis with his years of experience with Khabib on the ground, Khabib will maul him, absolutely fucking destroy him. You can't learn all that wrestling. You can't learn how to defend that quick just from one fighting camp, one training camp. And I know Khabib's good, or not Khabib. Conor is underrated on the ground. He really is.
It doesn't matter how good you are.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Khabib's on a whole nother level. But did you think Conor crossed the line at all or no?
Cross the line as in what? Against Khabib or
Yeah.
in general?
Against Khabib, or what he said about other people?
I don't think so.
He definitely made some noise about Khabib's manager.
Aziz.
El Habib Delaziz. You rat terrorist.
Yeah, I don't think I would call that crossing a line though. I think some of that might be founded, so
Yeah, allegedly there's some crazy shit that's going on with him, but I don't know. I don't know anything about it to educate anybody on it, so I
Right.
don't really want to talk about it.
yeah, there's some speculation about him being a double agent for FBI and then a double agent for Russia and then getting kicked out of the FBI for being a double agent for Russia
Was it Russia?
or whichever.
Just I'm saying, I don't know. I didn't know. I thought it was like somewhere in the Middle East.
I don't know. He's an agent for a lot of people though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like one of the best
The
managers.
best, like the biggest one.
Yeah, by far. Him and John Jones' manager, Maki Kali, they're both really, really, really big managers. But we'll save the rest for Conor Khabib for later.
Yeah, they'll explain it to us. Don't worry about it.
So if you guys don't know, there is another podcast this Thursday coming up. And or not podcast, Jesus. Another
Fool.
press conference. I mentioned it earlier, but this one will be with the fucking audience, with the fan base. So I'm curious to see how this one's going to be. I'm curious to see if Conor's going to act just as reckless and if it seems like it's
working.
supposed to be there. You know what I mean?
I think if this is his plan, just to be balls to the walls crazy, and then once the fans get there, be even more balls to the walls crazy, I feel like that could affect Khabib. Like you got a little bit affected. You teased him, and now you put a bunch of people fucking cheering at him, cheering against him.
Dog, it ain't going to be like that. You're acting like Khabib don't have that many fans.
That's true.
It's going to be...
People like Khabib.
It's going to be a mix. And depending where it's at,
not gonna
if it's
be
in New York, there's a
50-50.
lot of Russian fans. It's going to be like 60-40 Conor. For sure. I just hope the fans don't get too crazy.
Yeah.
Because those fans are passionate on both sides. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like someone might get hurt.
I definitely think it was warranted that Dana
Did not
White
be there.
didn't have him there. It makes sense because after what happened last time in New York and just how crazy this fight is and how
Even
much,
the last times with Conor.
it can get crazy. It really can. And you know those fans are drinking and shit beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Tailgating.
yeah, so after that fucking after the press conference, that's when we'll do our podcast because we want to listen to it first for sure. So we can give our final picks and then go from there.
Right.
But speaking of John Jones, he's back. He's eligible to return
Well, yeah. Okay.
on October 28th, which conveniently right before UFC 230.
How irritating.
at the press conference, the Khabib counter press conference, somebody asked Dana White if John Jones is going to fight at UFC 230. He said no.
Yeah.
Which immediately tells me that he is going to main event the UFC 230 event.
Whatever the goof says is the opposite.
Yes, and it's going to... My money right now, I'm saying it right now. What's today? What, October 28th or some shit? Or not October.
September 28th. Yeah.
John Jones is fighting Gustafsson at UFC 230 for the interim light heavyweight championship.
Wow.
I'm telling you this right now.
Interesting. I don't know if that's the boldest prediction in the world, but
No, but it's happening.
it's decently bold.
But this is what USADA announced. They said
Okay.
the United States Anti-Doping Agency announced Wednesday it has suspended John Jones for 15 months for testing positive for metabolites of an anabolic steroid on July 28th, 2017. The suspension is retroactive to the date of the test, meaning Jones has already served nearly 14 months. Once again, how fucking convenient.
Seriously, that's bullshit. You serve your sentence before it's given to you?
It gets better. John Jones, I looked up the USADA testing pool because you can look up how many times people have been tested, has only been tested 4 times in 2018. All 4 tests were in the third quarter of 2018.
So when it didn't matter?
To put this in perspective, Daniel Cormier has been tested 13 times in 2018. 2 in quarter 1, 2 in quarter 2, and 8 in quarter 3. You know, like it's fucking obvious what USADA is doing, right?
Yeah.
They're filling up their quota of how many people that they have to fucking test a year with the people that they know are gonna not fail these tests. And the people that they are gonna fail the test, like the Brock Lesnar's and the John Jones, the money makers, they get passes. The only reason why they get passes is because there's definitely behind the scenes shit with the UFC and USADA.
Right, they want to keep their money.
The UFC 200 was an absolute joke. Like, everybody knew what was going on, and it happened, but everybody just accepted it. But now they're doing it again because they need a main event for UFC 230 because they think Nate's not enough. I disagree. I definitely think Nate's big enough for a main event, but they think otherwise, and they want to get John Jones in there.
Speaking of, I don't know if we're going to talk more about the Nate fight in this episode, but do you think are they actually fighting at 165?
I don't think so.
Or are they going to just do it anyway?
I wouldn't be surprised.
And both of them sacrifice their purse?
I'll say this. I wouldn't be surprised if they fight at 165 for a title.
But it's not going to be a super fighter.
But no, I think the only way they would do that is if it was the main event. Because it's never a good idea to...
Wasn't that the thing? They didn't have one, so they're just going to make a fucking division to
they're gonna
find
make
one?
a random division right out of nowhere just for a main event, and that's always been a bad idea. They did that in the past. They did it with Cyborg, and then look what happened. She had nobody to fight.
Still.
She's just fighting bantamweights. And I'm not saying there shouldn't be a 165-pound division. I think there should be. I think it should go like 125, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 205, 215, 225.
That's a lot of fucking
And then
divisions.
after 225, it should be heavyweights, whatever.
Well, I think you need to have a little more depth in your roster for that.
I disagree. There's like way over 500 fighters on the UFC.
But how many of them are top tier?
How many
caliber,
fucking...
quality?
You look at the top 20 in the welterweight division, and any one of them could beat any other one at any given day.
Wow.
Same thing with welterweight.
Any one of them could be any one of them in any given day.
Yep, makes sense. And it also makes more for exciting super fights.
Sure.
And it also makes it healthier for the fighters because they're not going to have to suck down. Because 15 pounds from 170 to 185 is a lot of fucking weight. And if you are walking around at 195 or like 205 or something like that, it's a motherfucker to cut down to 170.
True.
But you're too small for 185 because there's motherfuckers that suck themselves down like Luke Rockhold. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So you're kind of stuck in the middle. That's purgatory. Like, look at Kelvin. Kelvin's a bad idea. He's just fucking not disciplined. Robert Whitaker. He used to cut down to 170 for the longest time. And then it was just draining and depleting. And he went up to 185 and he's performing out of his mind right now. He's a champion. But if there was a fucking 175-pound division, I bet you he'd be better. Because that's probably his natural weight class. You know what I mean?
Right. So you think, even though it's not a super fighter division fight, you think Nate versus Dustin would be a suitable replacement for any other main event?
Yeah. Well, I think John Jones is a bigger main event.
Sure.
But I'm saying they'll be okay without Nate. With Nate is the main event. Dana sleeps on Nate all the time. He thinks he's not a superstar. He's a fucking superstar. He is. He's a megastar.
Mega?
He is easily top 5 most popular UFC fighter.
That doesn't make you a megastar.
In the UFC, it does.
Okay. comparatively.
Yeah, so
Sure.
he'll be fine. He's gonna outsell 90% of any other fighters. The only people that are gonna outsell Nate, in my opinion, is like John Jones, Brock Lesnar, Conor. That's about it. Being honest, maybe George, obviously, but then who else? Like who's gonna outsell Nate? Not that many. Maybe like a super fight. Maybe like a definitely not TJ Cejudo. I'm thinking like maybe like a Holloway and like a Khabib,
Right.
something like that. That'll outsell him. But as far as just straight up fight for fight with non-title fight, Nate's your guy.
Okay.
Also, back to John Jones because I wasn't done.
Yeah, I accidentally lured you into a tangent.
Nick Marchwinski'd me. I don't appreciate it. You know why he only got 15 months? Because the motherfucker allegedly snitched.
He's a rat?
Allegedly. This is what USADA's announcement says. USADA's announcement of Jones' suspension, as well as a public record of the arbitrator's decision, state the former two-time UFC light heavyweight champion provided substantial assistance to USADA. As a result, he received a 30-month reduction, how convenient, right before UFC 230, in his potential punishment, even before proceeding began.
Dude. That's fucked up.
Yeah, so people are speculating. His manager, because Ariel Helwani asked him about it, he says, I'm not going to get into it. I'm going to let John Jones talk about it basically in his next interview. So he didn't rat on anybody, but who knows? I think it's either he's going to snitch on a fighter or he's going to snitch on the supplier. Or
Right.
snitch on how people are getting away with it. You know what I mean?
Right. Which, is that all a bad thing? I mean, yeah, snitching.
It's scummy of him
It's
to do
scummy,
it.
sure.
Because how many other people do you think have gotten that same thing? We'll give
That
you
privilege.
a break if you do this, but the only reason why he's doing it is so he can,
So we can fucking fight.
yeah. And
Get
he's a
around
cheater,
his
dude. He's a
punishment,
He's
yeah.
a fucking cheater. I can't stand how everybody thinks that he's innocent. How can one guy get popped for 3 different things? But there's other
Right.
guys like Daniel Cormier who's taken 70 tests that he's never gotten popped for anything. Yes, there's mistakes in USADA's shit. Sometimes people have substance or they take their fucking supplements and there's something in it that wasn't supposed to be in it. That
Right.
happens. And USADA is guilty of making people guilty before they're innocent. Like they have to prove that they're innocent. Because
Yeah.
as soon as they announce that they got popped for something, everybody immediately thinks steroids. You know? Which shouldn't be the case.
Right. There's
should give people the
a
benefit of the
ridiculous
doubt.
amount of supplements that
Right.
you can be taking.
And those things are made in factories. You don't know what's going on. There's a shit ton of shit that's happening in there. So mistakes can happen, but not fucking 2 steroid tests back to back. No, that just doesn't happen. It's obvious what he's doing.
Right. And it's not even just steroids. I mean, you get suspended for being a fucking scumbag.
Yeah, he's just not a good person overall. And like that aside, John Jones, his fighting ability and his heart, his grit, his technique, his like, ability to finish fights, the fucking resume that he has,
It's bar none.
it is bar none. He should be considered the GOAT, greatest of all time. But you can't say that with that kind of controversial background. You can't.
Right.
Like if Floyd Mayweather got popped, do you think people would even consider him as one of the greats?
I mean, he might have, for all I know, honestly.
I don't think he has.
Ever?
I don't think so. I
He's
could be
been in
wrong.
boxing for a really long time.
I know.
So,
Manny did.
he got popped?
I think so. I could be
Not
way
like
wrong.
we know. Get our ignorance out of here.
For real. So I just have a hard time with it because it's clear that UFC and USADA are in it together, and it's clear that the sport is not really as clean as people say it. It's just unfair. It's a business. At the end of the day, it's a business, and this is why they need to have a fucking union. They really need to.
Yeah. You
A
get it.
players' association. And fucking John Jones and DC have been going at it.
I've been seeing on
On Instagram. They fucking been going at it. John Jones just fucking DC posted a thing of USADA calling him. And he like said, "Don't call me anymore, USADA. You know I'm clean, blah, blah, blah." And John Jones was like, "Oh, boo-hoo, you crying about them? Why? Because you know that I'm innocent. I'm going to take everything you have, blah, blah, blah. Just going crazy, blah, blah, blah."
I saw you liked that post.
I like the shit. I like the drama. It's not like I'm not going to fucking like it. You know? I like John Jones. I'll watch him fight every single time.
And apparently, you'll watch
But
him
I
talk
will
shit
root
to
against
good
him.
people.
I'll
also.
root against him every single time too, dude. I'll eat my fucking popcorn all day. You kidding me? Fuck out of here with that
I
shit.
can get it. So how did DC respond to that?
Oh, you want me to read what he said?
Give me a summary. Brief,
No,
but not too intrusive summary.
too intrusive.
You're going to read the whole description, are you?
I know what you're talking about.
Have you even found it?
Yes,
It's loading.
I got it. So he posted 10 pictures of John Jones
10?
of in jail mugshots and
yeah.
shit. He said, "So here we go again, Johnny boy. First off, if you did nothing wrong and were innocent, then you would have never been suspended. You've had to stand before these people and arbitrators so many times it's insane. So you slipped again. How many times can one man slip? I've been tested 70 times and I haven't slipped once. How do you explain that? And on top of all the cheating that you've done around UFC 182, UFC 200, and 214, that's not even the straw that broke the camel's back. You actually are a snitch. You think you're the only one that's been offered this deal? No, you're just the only scumbag low enough to take it.
Damn.
Which one of your teammates did you tell on to get this joke of a punishment from USADA? I thought there was nothing lower than a cheater, but it's not surprising that you've shown me a whole new level. You're a cheater and a snitch. Get off my page and go do some coke or steroids or whatever you losers do in your spare time. Hashtag double champ."
Damn. And Jones's response to this was him posting a picture of himself, a mugshot of himself, and he says,
I didn't see this. What is this about?
it says, at DCM MMA, that's the face of the man who would have you washing his underwear. I run your house. That was what he said.
I feel like DC one-upped him there. I mean, yeah, John Jones beat him
He had
twice.
nothing. What do you respond to? I
only
got
thing
tested
John-
70 times.
The only thing John can say is, "I beat your ass."
That's literally
He
all I can
did,
say, yeah.
But
How many times can you repeat it? And you know who I'm saying in the comments? Anthony Rumble Johnson. You know what he said? He said 4 popcorn emojis. So he's enjoying the popcorn too.
dog, I wish Rumble was still fighting.
Me too. He was my
Those
favorite fighter one of the time.
trifectas of those three at the top, the cream of the crop. Like, Rumble versus John Jones would be a good fight.
Seriously.
But DC just like, fuck you, Rumble, you ain't shit. So DC, he's one of the GOATs in my opinion, easily.
I want to see Super Rumble fight with these two guys at the same
You want
time.
to see Super Rumble versus Super Jones heavyweight?
Yeah, give them both some fried chicken.
I think if Rumble does come back, it'll have to be a fucking heavyweight.
I mean, yeah.
Have to be. But
He's
he'd
fucking enormous.
He'd have. I don't know if he's taking anything out. He looks like he's. I mean, his cheeks.
He's taking weed, bro.
His cheeks are fat as fuck.
He's
You know,
just
he's looking
fat.
swole.
He's enjoying life, cultivating mass.
That's exactly what he's doing.
He's done a good job of it so far.
Yeah, so I guarantee. I'm telling you guys, Gustafsson Jones. Is
You're
gonna be-
guaranteeing
yes,
it.
it's going to be the main event.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm assuming it's for the interim title. I heard John Jones' coach say that if they fight, they're gonna strip DC of the title, which I think is absolute horseshit. His hands fucking fucked up right now. He can't fight. It's not like he's not fighting. He just can't fight.
Yeah.
And he earned his fucking money fight.
Seriously.
He earned it. John Jones in DC is a good fight for DC as far as finances go. But if DC is picking one more fight and he says he's retiring at 40, he's gonna pick Brock Lesnar over Jones as far as money. Because you got to think, if this is one of his retirement fights, money is important. You know, like
Yeah.
if you're retiring, you got to make sure you're taking care of your family.
Right, let's get some security.
And he's gonna make way more money pay-per-view wise with Brock Lesnar than he is Jones. John
Yeah.
Jones is a star, but Brock Lesnar is a fucking megastar.
Exactly. And he hasn't fought Cormier.
Yeah,
Twice.
And I want DC to fight Jones at heavyweight. I like
you have
DC's odds.
much better chance?
I'd like his odds at heavyweight. He has knockout power. He's faster than Jones. He is. He's smaller and he's faster. At heavyweight, his knockout power. He's bigger. He's stronger. Like John Jones can't really get that much. Like he can't put on that much weight. I don't feel. Like he can lift all he wants, but I feel like it almost be a detriment to him because that's not his fighting style. His fighting style
Right.
is technique
He
and
needs to be
length.
limber.
Yeah. And if he gets all bulky, that's going to hinder him. DC, the bulkier, the better for his style. You know what I mean? The heavier he is, the more he can lay on you and fucking ground and pound you and ragdoll your ass because he's stronger. And that his cardio is always there because he's in great shape, phenomenal shape all the time. And on top of that, he has knockout power. So that's the fight I want to see more than anything. I'd rather see that at heavyweight than any other fight for DC, personally. But it's going to be Gustafsson versus Jones. It'd be hilarious if Gustafsson wins. I can't even say that I'm not excited for that fight because I
Yeah,
was
for
telling
real.
you the other day that, in my opinion, that was one of the best fights of all time,
I'd agree.
and I would love to see that rematch. Absolutely love to see that rematch.
I'd 100% be rooting for Gus.
No, for sure. I'm a John Jones hater, son. If you can't tell by now, I fucking don't like the guy.
And Gus is no slouch. You can talk about John Jones all you want, but
He's like Rumble. He's just a championship. He's almost better as far as championship level talent wise.
people that actually get to the
Yeah, Rumble knocked him
belt.
out, but Rumble was kind of like a one-trick pony. He can't knock you out, then he then it's bad news bears for him.
Right.
Gustafsson, he can.
He's well-rounded.
He's well-rounded. And he's a warrior. He can go through wars. He won't fucking back down and quit and get tapped out. You know what I mean? Gustafsson will fucking fight his heart out every single fight, and he does. And he has these huge layoffs, and he comes back and he looks better than ever.
I know.
Like he didn't fight for a while before he fought Glover Teixeira. He fucking highlight reel knocked him out so well.
I was surprised.
He's a championship level fighter for sure. So he definitely has a chance.
He's just a little bit of a gatekeeper, you think? Kind of like that Rumble Johnson.
Unfortunately, just because he has two of the best of all time fighters in his division. If there was any other division, heavyweight, he could be a champion. Middleweight, he could be a champion. Any of those divisions. I don't think anybody's like the caliber of the champions in any other division is on the level of DC and Jones, except maybe Mighty Mouse. Even though Cejudo just beat him, but I feel like if they did that fight again, Mighty Mouse would probably win.
Yeah. That was a close one.
It was a very close one.
So anyways, so we got that guarantee. Do you want to do our picks for it real quick?
No, we can do that when they fucking announce it.
Yeah.
We can do picks for Bellator 206.
Whoa! Jumping organizations
Which
here.
is this Saturday. It's the biggest Bellator of all time.
So if you're listening to this, it probably already happened.
Now, I was thinking about maybe I'll do a recap. Even if it's just me, I might just pop them just to see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But the main event's Gegard versus Rory for the middleweight world title.
Both of them former UFC.
No, don't say champions.
I was thinking. I had to think about it.
UFC title contenders.
Yes.
And Rory is the welterweight champion of Bellator. And these two fighters, you could say right now, Gegard versus Robert Whittaker, Gegard has a good shot of winning that fight. Rory versus Woodley, Rory beat Woodley before. So you could arguably say that these two are the top fighters in their division.
Yeah.
And Rory is a fucking animal, and he's going up in weight to fight Gegard because he just don't care. He wants to be this legend, you know? Trying to copy GSP, realistically.
Oh, well.
But
it's a different organization. No comparisons.
he's doing it a lot harder, too, because let's be real. GSP fought Bisping. Bisping's a legend. Gegard's better.
And he's at a better time in his
He's
career.
in his prime, yeah. And the co-main event's Rampage versus Silva 4. Vandalay.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, and then there's also Lima versus Korshkov, which is part of the welterweight tournament that's going on right now for
The Grand Prix.
Yes, for Rory's title. I love what Bellator's doing. Like
I know, these
Bellator's
Grand Prix are so cool.
Bellator's been fucking killing the game.
You kind of have to think out of the box when you're the little brother.
Yeah, there's a monopoly going on, and Scott Coker's done this time and time again. Like he did it with Strikeforce. He got Strikeforce up so well that UFC had to buy him.
Right. Because they were just picking fighters from him. Might as well just take the whole thing.
So I'm excited for Bellator. I want Bellator to do good because more competition is better for the fighters. It's better for the viewers because there's better higher quality content, and it makes the promoters have to fucking pay out, and it makes them have to up their level.
Exactly.
So more competition, the better.
Yeah, UFC starts seeing Bellator taking their ticket numbers. They know that their formula is no longer working. People are starting to get disillusioned with it. They have to make changes.
And then there's also Aaron Pico is fighting. Who's a fucking phenom. I've told you about him. He trains at AKA. Phenom wrestler. Like he has really, really, really good striking now as well.
Is he fighting anyone notable?
He's fighting Leandro Higo. Hope I pronounced
Take
that right.
that as a no.
He's 18-4. I don't know him. I'll be honest. I don't know him.
18-4 is
18-4 is a
record.
good. Yes, it's a good record. I don't know I don't know if he has any notable wins, but Aaron Pico is a fucking star. He's supposed to starch him. He's supposed to be the next best thing.
Right.
That being said, I'm glad that Bellator is giving him stiff competition.
Yeah.
You know, 18-4. That's not like no rookie that they're just giving him.
I know they're not going to
on.
CM Punk him.
Yeah. So I'm not going to make a pick. Well, we can make picks.
Are we making picks? Isn't that what you
No, I was going to say I'm not going to make
a
a pick about the Lima Korshkov fight because
you don't know enough about it.
I don't know enough about Korshkov, but I do know he's a fucking phenomenal fighter. He's 21-2 and he has a win over Lima. This is the third fight for this, the trilogy. They both have a win over each other. And based on what I've seen when Lima and Rory fought and how close it was, I can only imagine that Korshkov is going to be really, really good as well. So I'm excited to see that fight. I feel like they're both like top fucking 10 welterweights in the world.
Yeah, I'm seeing something right now says Korshkov will be one of the best in the world.
Yeah, for sure. So we can start with that fight. I'm going to go with Lima. No reason why. I'm just picking Lima.
You just feel like he's the better one?
I feel like he's
obviously a more
complete
solid
fighter.
pick, yeah.
I don't know what the odds are or anything like that. I didn't do enough research for it. Fuck off. Don't matter.
I didn't say anything. I'm fine with taking Koreshkov, especially now that I'm seeing an article stating he'll possibly be the best in the world.
Yeah, he can easily be one of the best in the world. So then the next fight is Rampage versus Vanderlei.
Woo! I love Rampage.
And what I'll say is, I told you yesterday that Rampage is big. Look at Chubbs.
Yeah, I see
chubby
it.
Chub.
It's not that bad.
But I seen him at the weigh-ins today, and he looks
good.
He looks like he's in shape. He just looks bigger, bulkier.
He has cultivated some mass.
Yeah, but it's not fat mass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks stiff to the touch.
Yeah, he looks like he's a big boy, and he has a lot of weight on Silva. That being said, I don't know how good his cardio is going to be in the later rounds if he can't knock Silva out immediately.
It's true, but how good is Vanderlei's?
I have no idea. I haven't seen him fight in so fucking long.
Yeah.
Last time we fought, I think it was against Chael. And Chael just wrestled him the whole time.
Yeah.
So it's your turn to pick, motherfucker.
I'm going to take Rampage.
You are?
Yeah.
I want Rampage to win, but I
don't think he will.
You don't think he's gonna win?
I don't think so, honestly. I mean, I feel like it's probably one of those fights where
He lost
first
to Chael.
just a clean punch is going to do it.
Probably. The good thing about this fight is they're both stand-up strikers. So Rampage usually thrives against strikers because that's his fucking thing.
Wouldn't Silva as well, though?
I was gonna say, that being said, Silva also in his prime was one of the best strikers of all time. Who knows if he was doing steroids back in the day? You can't really tell. But he's old as shit. He looks old now. He got a dad bod. He doesn't look like he's in the best shape. So I don't know how well his chin's gonna be.
Did he do the weigh-in with a shirt on?
Probably. Dude.
Wanderly. So yeah, I'm gonna take Rampage. A couple reasons. He's savage. He was really good in the A-Team, and I really like him as a person.
You like how he gave Nate Diaz a shout out for the CMD?
Yeah, why not? It's DMD,
CBD?
CBD.
Sorry, I don't smoke anymore. So
Of course not,
My
so-
knowledge of it is like so far gone
course,
now.
of
I don't have to
course.
defend the positives of it anymore. I could be one of those guys like, weed's bad for you. I would never do that.
No.
So, okay. I guess I got Vanderlei, but I want Rampage to win, and I think he's going to win.
That's good. I'm happy to hear you say that.
So then, Gegard versus Rory. This fight, I don't fucking know, dude. I listened to their press conferences. I was hearing how their training camps went. I watched them face standoff, and there is a size advantage for Gegard. He's taller and he has a bigger reach. That being said, Rory's frame looks bigger. His shoulders are wider, and he looks like he's a more center of gravity of mass, if that makes sense. So I feel like he could take Gegard down if he wanted to. I don't know if he's going to. I'm not exactly sure what his game plan is. The thing is, like, these two are both world-class fighters.
And they're both balanced, right?
Yeah, and typically when two people are balanced and they're both at the same level, then it goes down to who's bigger and who's stronger. So
Gegard.
Rory could be barking up the wrong tree, but if there's any camp that's gonna have you succeed against a higher weight class, it's gonna be Faraz Zahabi,
Right.
because he is a tactician. He makes you you use a game plan the whole time. And Rory's very good at sticking to the game plan. And he's been in wars. He's not afraid
of
to
that
take
at
a
all.
hit. He's not afraid to be tired and exhausted and still deal with it. Gegard has been in wars in the past. He's had an unbelievable record. He's like 41 fucking wins, dude. He's fought at Mark Hunt. He's fought Alistair. Like he's fought who's who. He's a legend.
Right.
Absolute legend. He hasn't had a war in a long time. He got knocked out by Uriah Hall for the spinning head kick. So I can definitely see if anybody's getting knocked out, I think it's gonna be Gegard. I could see Rory getting TKO'd from almost like how he got finished from Robbie, just from
Just damage.
damage and he couldn't take the pain anymore.
Yeah.
It'll be a war, but I don't see him getting knocked out. So I'm honestly leaning towards Rory. I want him to do it, dude. I want him to do it and then beat John Finch in the welterweight tournament, get both those titles, get the $1 million from 50 Cent, and then for real, and then fucking have a cross fight, like the fucking Woodley versus Rory. Could you imagine?
No.
Why wouldn't they do that?
Holy shit.
I mean, it's good.
That never crossed my mind. Cross promotion?
I don't know if the UFC would do it because they don't want to promote their little brother, but the fans would want to see it.
Absolutely.
Fans would want to see it. Trust me on that. Damn. So I'm giving you the favor on this one. I'm picking Rory just because of my my own personal decisions.
I used to consider Rory my favorite fighter back when I was
he's
new to the scene.
He's the king of the North.
Exactly. The Red King.
The king of the North.
The king of the North. Yeah. I think I would have taken Gegard though.
Yeah.
I like his size advantage, and I think he's just such a well-rounded fighter.
Yeah, I definitely think it's gonna. I hope it's not a boring fight that they're both just feeling each other out for too long and
Yeah.
it turns into one of those lame ass Ngannou fucking Derek Lewis fights.
Yeah.
But
I doubt it will.
I think it's gonna be a war.
These are the top competitors in their fucking competition.
And they both want it. They both want it. Gegard has a lot to prove here because if he loses, then you just lost to a welterweight. Rory, if he loses, it's not the end of the world. But to him personally, he wants to take this as a challenge. He wants to prove to everybody that a younger or a smaller person can beat a heavier person if you fight the right fight.
Right.
So, and if he does this, then he becomes even that much better of a caliber fighter. And then you can definitely say that he's the best welterweight in the world. Like,
yeah.
He can come and beat fucking Gegard. But
For
I mean,
sure.
I'm saying that. But Woodley versus Whitaker, I don't know who I'd pick on that. I'd probably pick Whitaker.
I feel like you gotta take Bobby Hands.
Whitaker fucking beat Yoel twice.
Yeah. Yoel's like...
Yoel did more damage than... Yoel maybe won that last fight. If you're going based off damage and like...
Well, you're not, so...
They kind of should, though.
I guess. If you look at it from a pure fight standpoint. But this is technical shit we're talking about.
How they score fights, dude. They score.
It's evolved, though. This isn't fucking gladiators, man, where there's chopping
based off
shit.
Of boxing's past, dude. And it's such
true.
a different sport. You gotta...
They need to find a middle ground.
Yeah.
It can't just be about damage because, I mean, you miss out on the technical side, the strategic side.
I'm not saying you can win 4 rounds out of 5, and then the 5th round you almost get knocked out, so you
lose.
You should lose. Like Bisping versus Hendo. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like Hendo fucking landed bombs like 2 rounds and almost finished him, but Bisping clearly outstruck him for 3 of the rounds. So I get it, but I don't like it, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Like Yoel did enough, in my opinion, to make it a competitive fight through all 5 rounds and did the most damage. So it's like...
Should you have one?
But, I mean, at the end of the day, the motherfucker didn't even make weight, so good thing he didn't.
Yeah.
Because I've been another shit show.
That's true.
Yeah. And then shout out to Carrie Melendez, Gilbert's
Carrie
wife.
what?
Melendez.
Melendez?
Melodies nuts! Yeah. She's fighting,
Solid.
She's fighting somebody
Solid
that's
joke.
like a nobody. I don't know her name. I didn't even have that's so rude to me to say. I didn't even feel like writing her down. That bitch, if she heard this, she'd be like, fuck you,
Seriously,
fucking
she'll kick your
podcasting
ass.
motherfucker. She probably would.
Yeah.
For sure. I'd get my SB at the gym before Bad Woman.
Shout out to the Melendezes.
Yeah.
Melendi?
And she fights just like Gilbert, like a warrior. He like shield on, like they fight with their shield.
Can you imagine how cool that would be? Having your...
No, I can't. I would not want my fucking girlfriend to fight. You serious?
No? Like train with you and you can show her the ropes?
Yeah, I would love to train with her and teach her how to defend herself in that, but I would not want her to fight.
Well, that's probably how it started. Maybe she was just a training partner for him. She's probably in shape, so she rolls with him.
I would not emotionally...
You're just gonna keep saying no.
Emotionally, I would not be able to handle it.
Well, maybe you should toughen yourself up, you little goddamn bitch.
Wreck.
Jesus.
I would be a nervous wreck. And I could not see my girlfriend getting ground and pounded. I'd fucking...
Teach her better then.
I'd throw that towel in so fast. Are you serious? My girl can't look bad. She's supposed to look hot for me.
Round 1, first significant strike.
Yeah,
towel.
Well, it's okay,
calling it.
It's okay, babe. I'll take care of you later. You know what I mean?
Yikes.
That's all I got. Are we wrapping this shit up, or do you got anything else you want to fucking talk about?
Wow, you don't have to be so aggressive with it. No, I'm fine.
You don't have to be so passive about it, bro. You act like this fucking podcast is like passive and aggressive or something. No?
It's in the name. We said
Good
the
joke.
name, guys.
Good
We said the name.
So, we missed last week, so what we did is we got some bonus content coming for you guys to make up for it. We had a guest on. We won't mention who it is yet. Should we mention who it is? Or what is... No,
we'll have a guest. You'll see who it is.
Suspense is killing you guys, huh?
I'm sure.
Yeah, and then we also are gonna focus a lot on NBA 2K19 and get that series out coming out shortly too. And then we're gonna have more content coming out next week with the Khabib Conor fight,
Right.
Which is gonna be kind of weird because I have a fucking wedding to go to. The fucking fight,
The night of the fight.
night of the fight. But what I'm gonna do is I got a hotel right next to the wedding. I'm buying the pay-per-view there. I'm gonna have some friends over. We're all gonna fucking get trashed. I'm already gonna be trashed because it's open bar, motherfuckers, and I gotta do some embarrassing shit there for the reception.
Let's not go into it. This is a strange request from the groom.
I hope somebody records it because then I'll fucking upload that shit to the podcast, Instagram. It's gonna be fucking horrible. But it's my cousin. I love him to death. I'm gonna do it for him and watch the fights and give you guys some more bonus content. So if you guys are excited, how about you throw us a bone and fucking rate the shit and give us a comment. Let us know what you think, even if it's fucking negative comment. Just let us know like the honest feedback so we know how to
give
fucking
us some criticism.
improve. constructive, preferably. Okay, assholes. Don't be those fucking nerdy ass basement trolls, because I will fucking do nothing. Okay.
Ha! Y'all gay! That's it. That's your criticism. You can just you can leave things.
Yeah, just send the gift. That's about it.
There you go. Yeah.
And check out the Motor City My League series, because the next couple episodes are entertaining as fuck. Trust us.
Sure, yeah.
We're not just fucking blowing smoke. It entertaining. There's fucking ups and downs. There's times I didn't want to play anymore because I was working our ass kicked too bad. I'm not performing. There's times where Dawn was just like, we're just losing. We suck. And there's times we fucking like surprise ourselves. There's times where we're like fucking good teammates and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, we bonded pretty much.
It was basically like Remember the Titans. If you can just picture that movie, that's how this season played out for us.
It was
in this video game.
a very emotional finals. So you guys need to check that shit out. Also, give the Instagram some love. Share the shit everywhere you can. If you know somebody that's gonna listen to this, you know some nerds that like Star Wars, sports, anything that we talk about, gaming, nerdy shit. Just say, hey, check out the PA podcast. You know?
This is a really long-winded explanation. I feel like you could have just said, "Tell your friends."
No, I like to.
I know you do. You do it literally every episode. In case you have someone
what to say,
who likes cool things and likes to laugh, then point them to this podcast.
If you know somebody that's typically a man within the ages of 18 to 34 who likes these specific niches of Star Wars and gaming and sports, just go ahead and invite them to the podcast. Okay, guys? I appreciate it.
Yeah. Until then, make sure you like, subscribe, rate, all that shit. Check us out.
I already said it.
You didn't say like, subscribe, and shit. You just said...
Rate.
Send us...
Motherfucker. You don't listen.
I don't like to.
I don't like you.
That rhymed. I like that.
I'm just gonna leave now. It's getting awkward. Take care, motherfuckers.